Right, Sean, Katie, Sean. I didn't even let you answer me there, did I?
Nah.
Sorry.
Ignorant.
It's not ignorant. It's just quick-witted, I prefer.
Rude.
Right, so we reacted to a DCEU thing. Random, sort of. This is a video by it's called Sheet Jeans.
59638.
Yeah, that he did 3 years ago, where he said it was the best scene in every Star Wars film. It's 19 minutes long, so I'm assuming the entirety of Revenge of the Sith isn't in this.
If he has to pick one scene from each film, that's going to be difficult.
Yeah. So we're not. I'm assuming he's not counting things like
It shows.
yeah, and holiday specials where like there's female, Wookiees and whatnot doing silly things and Luke swinging on ropes.
Yeah.
Well, you never know. 19 minutes. So we'll react to it. We'll see what he, she, they, whatever has put. And then we might do our own. Okay. Let's watch. Now. Jesus. God. Chill out, bro.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. Yep. Fair enough.
Nothing insane. No. The first scene we see of Luke. Sorry.
I don't even think it is the first scene we see of Luke.
Is it not?
Nope. This is just after he's had a falling out with Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru about going off and joining the rebellion.
Right. Okay.
Fair. It's not what I would have initially picked, but fair enough. One of the best scores ever, though. Probably the most influential, I believe. Oh my god. Okay, well, I jinxed it.
Maybe it's close by. R2, stand by to fire the ejection pod. And how do you not to?
Skipping over.
I'm not counting this.
Thank you. You are alone. This planet far away. Yeah, but no lower level. It will be.
Shut up! Right. Back on track.
You do not yet realize your importance. You have only begun to discover your power. Join me.
I don't know.
Your training.
There's people who react to these.
Strength.
I don't know how people can't know
Destructive conflict.
in this day and age
Bring order to the
that Darth
galaxy.
Vader is Luke's dad.
Never join you. If you only knew the power of the dark side.
It's
Obi-Wan never told
What, like,
you.
how it's not just common knowledge now?
yeah.
He told me enough.
I get people who
He told me you killed him. No. I am your father.
it's so annoying how many people misquote that as well. I hate it. It's arguably the biggest.
That's impossible. Search your feelings. You know it to be true.
It's arguably the biggest plot twist in cinematic history. Which means that you would think a lot more people would know
You can destroy
Of it.
Emperor.
what it is. Even if you don't watch Star Wars, you know who Darth Vader is.
Destiny. Join me, and together we can rule the galaxy as father and son. Come with me. It is the only way.
Return of the Jedi. I'm trying to think of which. Which? Oh, I hate that scream as well. I hate it.
Why?
Blood curdling. It's proper like it's brilliant acting, but it's. I hate it. I don't hate it as in like I hate the film because of it. I hate it because it's really good acting. There's a lot of people that would argue against that because they think ever since they added in the nose that it's, I don't know, less maybe, not as good. with the nose. I'm not sure I would have picked that bit to be the best scene in Return of the Jedi. I get why it was picked though. Oh, what the heck is this? Not watching this nonsense. What the heck is this? Thank you. Oh, this is no wrong.
You wanted the very first, his first scene.
Yeah, it's not his first scene, but the
No,
bit-
when you first see him, like when it opens.
oh yeah, Duel of the Fates.
Yeah.
Because it's the greatest moment in Star Wars history. Although, you know, to be fair, this is a great scene as well. Dun, du, 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 du. Oh, Liam Neeson. We hardly knew ye. He's not dead. Qui-Gon
Liam
Jinn's
Neeson
dead.
isn't dead.
Qui-Gon Jinn's dead. I was going to show you the whole fight. Fair enough. You know, fair enough. This is awesome, to be fair.
I love how much effort they put into the lightsaber fight.
Yeah.
Like, you see them behind the scenes and you see them practicing for like months on end.
The fact that it's Ewan McGregor as well is amazing. There's a bit here I absolutely I just love it. Alright, it's the flip he does, it's the coolest thing in the world. Not Obi-Wan's, but this bit. Oh my god, I love that. I love that so much. I don't think people understand how obsessed I was with Darth Maul as a child. The fact he barely says anything. Kills a Jedi, almost kills Obi-Wan. Oh, he's so cool. Double-bladed lightsaber. Scares everyone just with a door opening. He's awesome. Oh, it's basically just the Darth Maul scene pack, innit? Never to be seen again.
Who chose this scene? Really?
Memes. Yeah, I'm surprised they picked this scene.
I thought they would have picked.
Mace Windu.
Yeah.
Or Yoda.
Or even the fight scene with Count Dooku.
Yeah, Yoda.
I know I'm mentioning the whole thing. They had the whole fight scene with Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. I'm sure they could have the whole fight scene with them too. With
I can't believe they showed us Darth Maul's death and not his entrance in that scene. The entrance in the scene's miles better.
I don't know that him slaughtering all of these would be if I
I thought it was going to show you. Yeah,
the best
that's
scene.
strange.
Oh, come on. Why wouldn't you show the whole fight?
You underestimate my power. Don't try it.
He warned you. Space Jesus warned him. So the look and the audio has been changed slightly for copyright reasons, just in case you're wondering why it's... Oh, this is a devastating scene though.
You were the chosen one. It was said that you would destroy this Sith, not join them. Bring balance to the Force, not leave it in darkness. You were my my brother Anakin.
I would argue until about 2018,
Love you.
I don't think Darth Vader's ever been scarier than when he was there. That bit where his eyes roll. Really, really. Hayden Christensen's awesome. At least
people appreciate him now.
yeah. It's because people who grow up with him have grown up with him. People like me. Real
I
ones.
think the sequels helped a lot of people realise
Yeah.
as well, to be
Yeah,
perfectly honest.
God, I wonder what the best scenes of the sequels are going to be.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this is the animated movie.
I know. It's still fun. Was I don't care.
You never would have made it as Obi-Wan's Padawan.
But you might just make it as
I
mine.
have the favourite scene from every season.
You might make it as mine.
You know, there was a time when this film first came out and the first season of Clone Wars, people really did not like Ahsoka.
Come on.
And then you consider, like, years later, you know,
It's one of the most beloved characters.
like the last season of Clone Wars is basically her story, isn't it?
You too, kid.
Oh, Rex. Oh god, here we go.
I wonder if they're going to show
I think it's order of release,
right.
so it'll be Rogue One after this. Well, it better be. How can he say this is the best scene? Genuinely.
Because Luke's in it.
Genuinely, there was hell on in the cinema when I went to see this, you know. Silent hell on by me. I openly was against this from the beginning. This scene is when I knew this trilogy wasn't going to work.
Why specifically the same?
I'll explain at the end.
In his hand. Ah, Mark Hamill.
Mark
He
Hamill
deserved
knows.
better.
Yeah.
I love how he's not afraid to say that he really didn't like his ending.
He really didn't like the sequel trilogy at all. He says...
And again, who did?
No, true. Idiots. See, I could
I've
have...
really held on to this movie
I
as
could
well.
have gotten away with this film if they didn't do this at the end.
I really like. It was like. It's not terrible.
Yeah.
And let's just hope that the rest is better. That was.
There's only one. Come on, let's not play games.
Yeah.
I get excited every time this scene comes up. I've no idea. Oh god. It's this guy here. This one. Like him. Poor guy. He just look at that.
I mean, they all, yeah. See, this movie proved.
That Disney could do Star Wars.
Yeah.
Well, what I was going to say was this one scene made me believe that The Force Awakens was just a blip and that it was going to get better. But then, no, it didn't.
But it's like they had modern technology, so everything looked better. The story was good. You know, the lightsaber was improved, so like they could actually show you why Darth Vader was so feared. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have no idea when me and Dad were sat in the cinema watching that thing. My dad sat there for like
I know. I
for
remember
about
he's
10 minutes.
I remember he's coming back, and you were just going on about it for hours about what you loved and.
No!
betrayed. I cannot be beaten. I see his mind. I see his every intent. Yes. I see him turning the lightsaber to strike true. And now, foolish child, he ignites it and kills his true enemy.
Oh yes. So, you know.
Look, he cut that guy and his hand in half. But she didn't cut his face off when in the first film. Don't show it. Don't show that. Oh my god, here we go.
Let's break it down. Well, his stick should be destroyed. Don't know what that's made of.
Look, you ready? She kicked 3 people! With 1 leg! I wonder what this is going to be. Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
Is this when he first meets?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Nobody's in the seat that you ain't taking from.
God, he was awesome in this film.
So this is, Sabak?
Sabak.
Sabak. I'm quite good at Sabak, you know.
A couple times, yeah.
Captain Linda, how is it? On Solo.
Looks like you're having a good day.
You lucky guy.
Can I ask you a question, Captain Calrissian?
Anything, Hen?
It's hot, but that's okay. I heard a story about you. I was wondering if it's true.
Everything you've heard about me is true.
Not what I would have said was the best scene from that film.
Right, so Skywalker. Oh.
You know what? It is probably the only good scene in this film.
So does Dead.
Do you know what that is then?
I have conflicting emotions about this scene.
Why?
Because he goes backwards and forwards so much. And then this happens and it's like...
This should have been the second film.
Yeah. This was like halfway through the third film or something, wasn't it?
It was right near the end.
Was it?
There's only 2 or 3 scenes after this.
It's...
She's gone.
So he kills Snoke and then he's like... He then wants to take charge and then he's like evil again, he's killing all these people and then he has this and it's like, well, but...
Yeah.
I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it.
You know, Adam Driver tried so damn hard. He's the one I feel the most sorry for. He could have been such a good character.
Dad.
I know.
Yeah, that should have been a scene in the second film. You are welcome. Yeah, interesting. Interesting. All right, I'll stop recording the desktop because we don't really need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, not quite. There was a few in there that I kind of agreed with. A few, not so much.
I think it's going to be down to personal preference, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not insulting this person
Yeah.
who's done this because everyone has their opinion. But that throne room scene is the worst scene in The Last of Jedi, not in The Last Jedi.
I felt, I mean, we've talked about this loads on this channel, but I felt like that scene like encapsulated everything that was wrong with the sequels.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about it a lot. I mean, isn't the implication is that Snoke was Palpatine, right?
In the third film.
Yeah.
In the second film, no. Not in the first film. There was actually more people who believed, up until they revealed that Palpatine was coming back, there was more people that believed it was Plagueis than believed it was Sidious.
That was one of the things they try to like add
Completely
in.
retcon it, yeah.
But then that makes that look stupid because we know that how powerful Palpatine is. So if the implication was always that he was Snoke, then how did he not clock that Kylo Ren was going to kill him?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just a bit like...
So let's go through them, right? To start with,
Hold
We'll
on.
do. We'll,
I'll have
we'll,
to go back.
we'll do. Well, I know the order of the films.
I know. I just wanted to say.
So, A New Hope, right?
I don't know what scene I would put.
I'll say that one's a good shout. Because, let's face it, the true hero of all these films is John Williams. But yeah, apart from this, maybe when
When he blows up a Death Star, maybe.
maybe when
There's that
Obi-Wan dies.
Moment. What else?
I would say on its own, probably either the Death Star or this bit. But once you've watched all of the films, you have a bit more of an appreciation for Obi-Wan's death, because it's really significant.
If you're watching them in like release of
Then,
order of release, then it would be.
Yeah, probably. I would probably say that, because that song is absolutely fantastic. So next one, we're not doing the holiday specials because that's ridiculous.
I've never seen the holiday special. I'm
Neither
missing
have-
out.
No. Empire Strikes Back. I mean, yeah, there's not really an argument for any of
It's
the
like
scenes.
the moment, isn't it? It's,
Yeah.
Whenever you talk to Star Wars fans, it always goes back to this scene, isn't it?
Yeah, I would either, to be fair, if there was any argument to be made, I would maybe say either the I Am Your Father scene or just that whole fight scene in general is a really good fight. I think if they modernised it the way they did with the Obi-Wan one, the only thing I would say is, because I don't think a lot of people realise with that particular fight, is that it's meant to be just completely outmatched. Oh, Luke just, he doesn't come close.
Yeah, like he's
to
barely
Vader.
even started his training, has he?
No. So I think if you know how they did that, they did like the reimagining for the A New Hope fight, where they kind of made it more.
Like more modernised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they did it with that, I would like to make it abundantly clear that Luke at no point really here does he stand a chance against Vader. But I think people realise it nowadays. But yeah, I would say that scene. That's a really good scene.
I mean, it's like there's loads of good movies, but this is the pivotal scene, isn't it? It's like the pivotal scene in probably the whole of Star Wars.
Yeah.
So it's hard to argue with that one.
I would also say a contender would maybe be Han getting frozen in carbonite. The famous "I love you" scene is a really good scene as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Return of the Jedi. Okay, fair. Because it
Another pivotal moment.
it represents Anakin's return. It's the return of the Jedi.
Yeah. Well done.
Yeah. But I would also argue for this scene. There's a few scenes actually in this film that I would argue are better. Well, not better, but as good. And it would be the bit where Luke takes his mask off. That interaction. Luke takes Vader's mask off when he's dying. But also
Maybe the end scene where he's burning the body.
Yeah.
That's quite like a. Cause it's like, he sees his dad and he's like, he knows he saved him. He's sad that he's lost him, but at the same time,
he's happy that he saved him.
And he's happy that he now has.
Yeah, he's proven
Leia
that he's a
and-
Jedi.
Yeah.
I was going to say Yoda dying is also really sad. What was the other one I was going to do? I also, just as a personal thing, I really love the moment he first ignites the green lightsaber. I love the green lightsaber. Green is my colour lightsaber. If I was to be a Jedi, it would be green. As cool as blue is, green is just awesome. What about you? Any other preferential scenes?
In that one, I don't. No, I don't think. I think that's kind of all the scenes.
Yeah.
I would probably go for the end scene, like I said,
Yeah, the burn in the body.
because it's like, because like that's truly like,
It's almost like it was meant to be the full stop on this saga, isn't it?
yeah.
It's a shame they had to ruin it.
It was like the resolution, wasn't it? It's like he did save his dad. His dad's now at peace. He's now officially a Jedi, and he's it's like it's.
Yeah, it's a shame with Return of the Jedi. It doesn't get hasn't got as good a rep as the two that came before it, because it's the film that has a lot of the sort of icky bits in it. You know, because it's got like, you know, Luke confronting Obi-Wan about why he didn't tell him that Vader was his dad.
Yeah.
You know, it's got the bit where Luke tells Leia that she's his sister, and she's like, I know, and it's like, well, you blooming snogged me in the last film. Yeah, but it's kind of... Ugh.
The wrong moment.
Yeah. Give me the mouse!
I'll put it there.
You're useless. Give me it. God.
To show Darth Maul. Right, so...
There we go.
You would have... I know exactly... As soon... Even before we got to this, I knew exactly which scene you would say would be your favourite, and it's when Darth...
It's the best scene in the prequels. I think it's hands down.
He's revealed, the doors open, he stood there.
You know, there's a word that I really hate, right? And you know that I hate this word.
Yeah.
It's called aura.
Yeah.
Right? But my word, if there was ever a character that had an aura, it's him in this film.
You don't have to tell me how much you love Darth Maul.
Oh my god, he's so cool. Imagine there being a battalion of people, all with guns, right? Doors open. All he has to do is look up and they all go, oh crap, we're in trouble. Even with 2 Jedi there, they're all like, crap, we're in trouble. He doesn't even do anything.
Yeah, because it's the first Sith they've seen in God knows how long.
Yeah, but they don't know what a Sith is. They just...
Exactly, they just see some random guy with a red lightsaber and they go, oh crap.
Darth Maul is so cool. He was cool before he takes the hood down. As soon as he takes the hood down, I was like,
Yeah.
I nearly wet myself in the cinema.
You were a child.
Yeah. I think for the next few Halloweens after that, I was Darth Maul.
I've heard the story.
I don't even think I ever took the makeup off.
You wearing the
I think I was Darth Maul for the next 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Just all the time. I went to school as Darth Maul. I don't think there's any other scene in Phantom Menace that comes close to that one. John Williams was just an absolute weapon at this point. He was more of a weapon than Darth Maul. John Williams, he was. It's that classic thing where it's like, okay, John, it's just a door opening. Don't go too crazy. And then the door opens.
It's piano on fire.
Yeah.
Saying those memes.
God. John Williams is a menace. No, he's not a Phantom Menace. He's just a menace. Because we know who he is. Give me that.
That's the image.
Yeah, okay.
That's the best. I would not have put that as the best scene.
If they'd done this scene followed by the scene where he rages at Padme a little bit and you hear the Darth Vader music, I would have been okay. Because it's the first real sort of
like, yeah, he's getting there.
sight of Vader, but just his mother down. I don't understand how that's the best bit.
I think like if the idea is like pivotal moments, right?
Yeah.
In because it's like the big reveals. It's it's people being saved. It's people dying. I get it, but I don't know that I would have. Yeah, I don't know why that I would have put that scene.
I hands down would have had Mace Windu.
Yeah, just that whole fight.
Yeah.
I know people say, oh, it's people have a lot to say about this movie in particular, but it's a good scene.
Yeah.
It's official start of the Clone Wars, isn't it? It's a big moment in Star Wars history.
Yep. It was awesome.
The Count Dooku fight as well. I'd probably put above
the rest of the films are like a bit icky, because as people already know, Hayden Christensen and not even them two. I'm not going to blame him and what's her name? Natalie Portman. I tried to beat you there because I forgot her name.
I know, yeah.
I don't blame them.
I think it's more of the writing.
Yeah, I don't think George Lucas is very good at writing romance.
There's only so much actors can do. Like a big part of it comes from the writing and the directing.
Yeah. But the last 10 or 20 minutes of Clone Wars is like ridiculously cool. Mace Windu and the Jedi turning up.
All those Jedi there fighting.
And then like the clones turning up to Dooku just massacring Anakin and Obi-Wan just for Yoda to turn up and massacre him right back.
Just raise hell, I know.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Ugh, yeah. Oh, this is the hard one because I would have just put the entire film. Revenge of the Sith is such a good film. Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I said, I would have just put the whole fight.
Yeah.
from when he puts Padme down to just this bit. I'd have had the whole.
You sounded so insensitive just then. Puts Padme down.
No, he releases
He
Padme.
lets go of her.
Puts her down. Well,
Puts her out of her misery.
I didn't mean like that. I mean he puts her on the floor. I didn't mean he put her down like a dog. God, that's horrible.
That's what it sounded like. Yeah. The fight is ridiculously good. I just think the whole film's great. Like there's not many bad. The only bad scene that I would argue is actually bad is the bit where you're at Anakin and Padme's house, and they do the whole "sort of was blinded you" thing. But again, it's only a bad scene because I don't think George Lucas is very good at writing romance.
Yeah.
But the rest of the film's just ridiculous for how good it is. Because I might say the word ridiculous a few times in the remainder of this video.
Yeah.
For
different reasons.
Yeah. Once we get to the sequels, ridiculous will be in a different sense. But yeah, my God, that was such a good film.
I love watching like the behind the scenes stuff of them going over it and talking about how, because like the lightsaber props that they use had like the metal poles and they would be bent and all, because they were proper going for it. Like, that's just cool.
Yeah.
That's how any Star Wars fan would be if given the opportunity.
Yeah. I would be one of those people who couldn't stop making the noises. Oh yeah, I'd be like, well, bzz, bzz, you know, and all that stuff. I would be. But yeah. But even the fight at the beginning with Dooku is a really good fight.
But again, I understand why he chose this moment in particular, because it's like the death of Anakin, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't have Darth Vader.
Yeah, the Vader bit. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's like, you know.
A lot of people don't like that scene either.
Why?
Because it's very. I don't know what the word would be. It's very sort of over the top for Vader.
But when he finds out he
killed Padme. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not really sure about that because it's been a while since I've seen that film. Yeah, I'm not sure what I would. It's a decent enough scene, I suppose.
Where is he? Where is he?
Oh, you're looking for Rex.
There he is. There's my white. There he is. Okay, yeah. I mean, do we have to talk about this? I just wanted to see Rex.
No, oh my God,
that's all that
such
is.
a fangirl.
Shut up! As if you don't like die every time you see Rex on the screen.
Okay, I just had a 5-minute rant about Darth Maul. Can't exactly call you a fangirl, can I? Oh my God, yeah. This. Do you know what? When me and my friends first went to see this film in the cinema, right? We watched the whole thing. We never spoke because we were in a cinema, obviously.
Yeah.
And it got to the end with this bit, and it went there, and my friends all got up to leave. I literally sat there for like that for about 10 minutes. I was like,
that can't be it.
That can't be the end.
You can't have only just brought Luke in to do nothing.
Because it's like, I don't even know how to explain. It's such a stupid action film trope to have the, you know, oh, here you go, and then to tease arguably the biggest character in the series, you know, and then not have him talk. It's like, give him a line. Hell, even do the meme where it's like there was a hand attached to it. Did you get the hand? You know, do a. I don't care, but have him speak. It's Luke Skywalker. Have him speak.
Yeah.
I actually officially gave up on the trilogy at this film.
I held out hope for this film for so long. You know this. We had many a conversation. I was like, it wasn't terrible. It was the best out of the lot.
Well, it's the best of the three. Yeah,
out of the sequels, it was the best one. You know, there's hope, is what I thought. There's hope that the next will be better, and yeah.
The only thing I took from it was they finally listened to Harrison Ford and killed him. Been desperate for them to kill him for years, hasn't he? Force Awakens. I would not have put that as the best scene.
I would have maybe had. Do you know when Poe Dameron arrives with the X-wings, and you see him flying around and being cool?
Yeah.
That's I like that. Because he's been cool.
Yeah.
He's been a cool pilot.
I would have gone back to when the film really started to get really bad, and it was when it was just after sort of the first 5 minutes or so. You know the bit where Poe Dameron tries to shoot Kylo Ren and he freezes the thing in the air. That bit's okay. And it's, you know, it was good, but then after that it was like, you know, why introduce this really cool character if you're just
Yeah.
going to turn him into a brat?
Or maybe like the interrogation, because that was initially
Just
thought,
after, yeah.
yeah. I would have had like, yeah, because it's like, you know, he's resisted all these things. He's like, you know, he's a strong guy, like he's doing really well. And then Kylo Ren comes in and he just comes out and he's like, yeah, this is what we're looking for. It's
Yeah.
like Poe Dameron still looks cool because it's like he's resisted all these, you know, interrogation techniques, and then but it also like bigs Kylo Ren up.
Can you believe that J.J. Abrams originally planned on having when they crashed the TIE fighter on Jakku, for that to be the end of Poe Dameron?
I know. He was. Let's
It
be
doesn't-
let's be real. He was one of the best things about the film.
It doesn't surprise me, considering how terribly The Rise of Skywalker turned out. It doesn't surprise me that that was the initial plan. You know, just to kill off this guy who's actually quite cool. Oh, we've got a great character. Let's kill him.
Yeah, that's just. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Come on.
What are you doing?
There we go. That one.
Give me
What's wrong with that?
His lightsaber's not all the way out.
God, will you try and do it then?
There you go.
What?
The lightsaber wasn't all the way out. Yeah, Rogue One. It is the best scene, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is there any arguments? You know how I said I actually gave up on the sequel trilogy at the end of.
Yeah,
I said to Dad when we left, why couldn't they just do something like that?
I know.
It's like, how do you make a good Star Wars movie? You take a cool character and let him be cool.
Do you know what the annoying thing was? So you and Dad went to see this in the cinema. I didn't go with you because I was kind of like, oh, I don't really know what Rogue One is. I don't really get it. Like, it's not a part of. It's not like. It's its own movie. Like, I wasn't bothered about going to see it. And then you just come back and you're raving like and ranting about it for ages. And I was like, oh my god. And I'm so depressed that I didn't go to see it in the cinema with you, because it's like one of my favourite Star Wars movies.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. It's ridiculous because when Disney first initially bought Lucasfilm, you know, and they announced these films coming out because they wanted to do sequel film, standalone
like
film,
this, yeah.
sequel film, standalone film, sequel film. I was like, okay, so what's the films? So when I saw the sequel film, I was like, okay, I bet I'm going to enjoy that. And then they said Rogue One, the story about how they stole the Death Star plans. I was like, okay, I'm not going to enjoy that because I'm pretty sure I know how it's going to end. It's going to end with all of the characters dying.
Yeah.
Because
that's
it's
literally
what
what
they
she
say.
says.
Yeah, but I can't believe in this day and age that somehow I got that completely wrong. I ended up really disliking The Force Awakens and loving Rogue One. This brought my hope back.
This was the new hope.
Yeah, I was like, if they
Yeah.
let this guy direct the sequel, the next sequel, it'll be, because I think it was Gareth Edwards, then it will be it'll turn out okay.
This film proves, Disney, why it's not a bad thing to have the director be a fan of Star Wars. Because God knows, I mean, at times it just felt like there was no fans writing, directing, creating the sequel trilogy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It felt like it was just so inconsistent with the previous films. We liked this.
Yeah.
And I like how they made Darth Vader look even cooler.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's always been cool, but let's give him a really cool lightsaber moment. Well, I was going to say lightsaber fight. It's not. It's a lightsaber massacre, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah.
You ready for this?
Okay. Go for it.
Worst scene in Star Wars history. That's all I said. That's it. This, you know how you said, what was it you said? You said something like, it's the scene that the whole film is based on, or it's like sort of built
Centered around this moment, yeah.
and it was the Darth Vader reveal. This film is exactly the same for this scene. The only difference thing is the Darth Vader scene is brilliant, changed cinema. This, for some reason, is the scene that every single remaining Last Jedi fan points to as being the best. It's the worst scene in the film. It is hands down one of the worst scenes in Star. There's only one scene in all of Star Wars that's worse than this scene, and most of you will know which scene it is. But
I mean, it's pretty. That's the thing with the sequels. It visually pleasing, yes, but that only takes you so far. A film isn't good because it's pretty. A film is good because the writing is good, the acting is good. You know what I mean?
and you obey the laws of physics in the film because she kicks 3 people with one leg at one point.
Some guy blocks her lightsaber. What is that? Is that made of Beskar? Is that what you're telling us? All of their armor and their weapons are all made of Beskar and therefore can repel lightsabers? Because I don't buy it. I don't. I'm sorry. Why can that thing repel her lightsaber? Why can that daft electric whip thing? Why? Why can that? Why? Why doesn't that just disintegrate? You know what I mean?
I hate Kylo Ren's lightsaber.
If they are wearing Beskar or some other kind of material that can repel lightsabers, maybe you haven't mentioned at one point so we actually understand.
No, because later on he catches the lightsaber and stabs that one in the face. He does the stupid bzz, bzz, bzz thing where it instantly comes out and instantly goes back in, which is not how lightsabers work. This is when lightsabers died. This scene. No, it's not. It's not even. But this was the worst case.
No, because you always said the
lightsaber
lightsaber dying is when he doesn't get his face sliced off.
Or
When
Finn doesn't get
his
cut
back
in half.
Cut in half, yeah.
Yeah, but this scene really... If lightsabers died in that film, this is when they went and peed on its grave.
Yeah. Also, like I said, for the in the next one about
Snoke.
the Snoke stuff, yeah, but also Kylo Ren's journey kind of being stunted. It's like they did this. He's like, oh yeah, he's fighting with half of him to be like, yeah, let the past die again. That, like, character development, and then it's just gonna go down a bit, and then it's got like I don't.
Yeah.
What is this? Why is this? Why is
This film is ultimately when the Star Wars fan base really broke. This is what broke the Star Wars fan base.
Yeah.
Is this film, and the fact that people celebrate it is ridiculous. It's arguably where the term toxic fandom came from. But to be fair, I wouldn't say I'm a toxic fan. I know I get angry about them. But the thing is that all of the things that's wrong with this film are so plainly obvious, and people just ignore them. And I don't understand how you can ignore them.
I think as well, though, it's like we've always been open for debates. You know, for people to be like, oh yeah, I actually liked it because of this, this, and this, and this, and we can give our opinions. But I feel like for a while, when after this movie came out, it was like if we said we didn't like this film, it was like, oh my god, you're like,
yeah.
You know,
I was the only
Attack.
one. I was the only one in my friend group who didn't like this film at one point. Now they all hate it.
don't you feel like relief?
I feel like the prophet. I'm pretty sure I'm Jesus. Oh my god.
Okay.
Hating on The
Let's
Last Jedi. And do you have any substitutes for best scene? Because we didn't talk about that.
Oh. Okay.
No, I don't. I don't have any. What about the bit where the resistance fighter, guilt trips the kid slave about slavery? What about that bit? Did you like that bit? What about when little slave boy forces the broom into his hand? What about the bit where the cool Hitler guy, is like sort of getting mocked and having your mum jokes told to him by the guy that used to be cool, and then gets just thrown around like a piece of rubbish in the wind?
No. What about the Rose and Finn scene?
I already said that thing.
No. Did you?
Well, it's her that guilt trips Finn about slavery.
No, I mean when she's like confessing her love.
Oh yeah, we don't fight to win. We fight for the. Oh, shut
Yeah.
up! It's okay though, Kelly Marie Tran. I don't hate you. I hate your character.
Just the writing.
What about the ice
is
foxes?
Is there a good scene?
No.
I'm trying to think.
What about the bombers that don't make any sense? You know how they somehow rely on gravity
Yeah.
in space? What about
When they were revealed that Leia has been
force trained?
force trained
Yeah.
randomly.
What about the bit where Laura Dern breaks all of Star Wars rules because she's strong?
Oh yeah, she.
They completely wrote the Star Wars rules out of The Last Jedi.
Oh god.
It's not just you zoom, you go through a hyperspace lane.
You can't just go into yeah.
Yeah. My god, it's so stupid. Solo?
That's okay.
I think we just ranted for 10 minutes about The Last Jedi.
It's okay. Where's it good?
There. Just have him with a drink in his hand, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he was so good in it. He was so good in this film. Everyone was good in this film, except Emilia Clarke. But that's not her fault. You know what it is? I feel really bad for Emilia Clarke because she's had some absolute duds of films, but it's because they've been terribly written. Like, oh, God. Her character in this film, to me, was the only really bad character. And it had that silly girl in the strange mask. She wasn't all that great either. But I really like this film.
What scene?
There's 2 scenes, right? Partially because of the music, partially because they're awesome. There's the scene where Han first sees the Falcon.
Yeah.
Because the music is just John Williams didn't do the music for this film, by the way. The music's just jaw-dropping in that scene. It's amazing. And then the other one, again, because of the music, is a bit where they're flying away from the TIE fighters. He tells Emilia Clarke to do something. She doesn't know how to do it. Chewie does it. You know, he asks him his age, blah, 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 blah. Then she tells Chewie to get in the co-pilot, and Han sort of gives him the... But then the music just... blasts your ears off.
Yeah.
Because those are the bits that the film's building to, isn't it? I also like the bit at the end where he gets the Falcon. He wins the Falcon and him and Chewie fly off to
I like the
Jabba.
Darth Maul reveal, only for it to not really mean anything because stupid boycotters boycotted the film and made it so that they couldn't do the story they were gonna do.
Yeah. To be fair, it was their fault because they didn't get 70-year-old
Harrison Ford to play like a 20-year-old version of himself.
Yeah.
Love that.
Stupid. But hey ho, let's get back to seeing 70-year-old Han Solo.
Yay. Same thing is with this scene. Like I do agree it's probably the best scene in the film. Right? I agree with that. But, like I said before, it just feels too late.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like this should have been in the second film. That whole fight for him to then go back down to being the bad guy again just didn't. For him to then kill people, like you see him slaughter people and all this stuff, and then for him to then just do a complete 180. It's like it's not possible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For him
I thought you were going to say, when you said have there and paused, I thought you were going to have a storyline.
Well, that's true. But it's like, if you want a convincing turn, if you want a character to, like, turn from dark to light, you have to see the moments, the flickers. For them, it was like, 1 minute there was like, oh yeah, he's getting better, he's killed Snoke, he's now, he's seeing the error of his wit. For then to him to like, slaughter people, it's like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Imagine if Darth Vader had done that. He was like, oh yeah, I'm going to throw... Okay, now Luke, join me.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
Yeah.
Doesn't work like that.
But that's the reason that they did it differently this time, because they didn't want to be exactly the same. Which is strange, considering it's a J.J. Abrams film. Because, all that man can do is just rehash old ideas. That's literally all he does.
Yeah. I mean... I like the bits in this where you see the other deserters.
Yeah. Again, too little, too late.
Yeah.
People think that this film is when Star Wars broke. It isn't. This film was only terrible because The Last Jedi was terrible. That being said, this film could have been much better if they didn't get so many hacks to write it. I'm sorry, but I hate J.J. Abrams because of this film.
This film felt like they were just like... It's like they
changing it constantly.
They had like 5 different writers, and they just were cutting out little bits of each different and just duct taping it together and like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Let's put Palpatine, because he brings them money. Just stick him in at the end there.
Have you never seen the behind the scenes?
Where they change the story.
That's literally what they do. Yeah. They have a guy who's won an award for screenplay writing and all that stuff. He's literally writing the film as they're making it. And Kathleen Kennedy's constantly.
She's like, no,
bigging
that
her
was
nose
always...
in.
Yeah. Daisy Ridley literally admitted that she didn't know she was going to be Palpatine's granddaughter until that she was filming it. Like, you can't... come on.
Yeah.
Come on now.
The film was an
Let's
absolute disaster.
Let's just be a bit, Also, Force healing.
Oh no. It's one of the plot devices for the Revenge of the Sith. And they just randomly do it.
Literally, I mean, you know, like the reason Anakin like turns to the dark side, right? Because he's wanting that power. He wants to be able to save his wife and his children. Well, a child. He thinks it's only one child. And all of a sudden, it's just
Yeah.
Rey just knows, because Rey can just do everything like that.
Yeah.
Just doesn't even have to try.
She just decides to heal a snake. Who cares?
Yeah. And then she heals him, and then he heals her, and then they kiss for some reason.
And then Lando? Why is Lando there? Where's he been? He's just been on
Getting
Long
drunk
Island.
somewhere.
Oh yeah, here's another thing. MacGuffin. You know, because they spend the entire film looking for... Basically in the middle of a terribly written Indiana Jones film.
And then to top it all off, like a little cherry on top, Rey Skywalker.
Do you remember the bit where Chewbacca died? And then 2 scenes later he didn't die? Remember the
And
scene...
she just somehow managed to do a force lightning.
Do you remember the scene where C-3PO died? And then 2 scenes later he didn't die? Remember the scene when Rey died? And then 2 minutes later she didn't die? Do you remember the scene when Palpatine died a few films ago and then somehow Palpatine returned?
Peak writing, guys. Thanks, Hollywood, for that one.
That is the one scene that's worse than the one I'm saying, is the somehow Palpatine. I can't believe a team of writers, you know, backed by one of the most
anything
profitable companies in the world.
Do you know what makes it worse as well? Is the fact that, like, poor Dave Filoni since then has been trying to somehow make it possible that Palpatine somehow returned. Because even he knows. That's why he's the chosen one. Because he knows how stupid that was. If from now on, if anyone tries to argue that these films is good, all I'm going to say is somehow Palpatine returned. And just full stop.
Do you know what
That's it.
Do you know what made that worse? It was another one of those times where I feel like the prophet. When that trailer came out and you heard Palpatine laughing, and everyone cheered, I was like, "Why are you cheering? This isn't good. Palpatine's dead."
But that's why they did it though, because it was just
It was
cheap.
the cheap pop.
Yeah, it was like
A cheap pop is when people scream and
Yeah.
celebrate. For those of you that aren't wrestling fans.
they were like, oh, you know, like this, like the second film really divided the fans. Some fans didn't like it, some fans did. Let's just bring them together. How do we do that? Palpatine.
Let's bring back a meme. That's basically why they did it, because
Ian McDiarmid, he deserves better. You know what I mean?
but the thing is,
That's better.
I could have been won over if they'd done it differently. Not have him return, have him be a Force ghost, where he's playing with his mind, and then use that to explain why he's so erratic.
Yeah. Why 1 minute why
Why
doesn't
he's
know
up
what
and
he's
down.
doing.
You know, even have the bit where he's like, "I've been every voice in your head." Have that bit, but don't have him physically return.
Yeah.
And certainly don't have Daisy Ridley for some reason randomly being a
She is all of the Jedi.
so stupid.
Why is she all the Jedi?
I hate this film. But you know what? I don't want to be the sexist guy, right? But I don't get why the film wasn't based around him. He's the legacy. He's the
link to Luke. And
yeah. He's the Skywalker.
Anakin.
But then if you're going to tell the story about, which they shouldn't have, if you're going to tell the story that anyone can be the chosen one, fair enough, have it be about Rey. But then don't make this film. But if you're going to have it be, if you're going to stick to the Star Wars law, which is that there can't be anyone be a Jedi, because there's a chosen one, for God's sake, and Destiny, no, not anyone can be a Jedi, then the
little
film...
boy that moves the broom.
Yeah, then absolutely, he should have been the main character.
I might get this wrong, but wasn't there meant to be a sister in the original story? Didn't he have a sister?
I think so,
Why
yeah.
didn't they just do that?
Oh, you mean in the book?
In the book.
In the air, he has 2.
Why didn't they just...
Although I don't think he's called Ben Solo. I think there's Anakin, Jason, or Jaden or something like that. And then there's the girl one whose name I can't remember.
Why didn't they just do that? You know what I mean? It just...
Yeah. Yeah. I could have written this film better.
There was a lot of... You could just tell they were trying to fix things. The second movie happened, I'm like, oh god, that was just a dumpster fire. Let's try and fix, rewrite, explain somehow. It felt like they spent the first 3/4 of the movie going, okay, let's just, like, no. She is actually someone. She's not no one. It's just, it was a figure of speech. You know, she can choose to be who she wants to be.
Yeah.
It's like...
It was a disaster.
Yeah.
Unbridled disaster. Anyway, that's enough ranting.
Is that it? Oh,
Yeah.
oh, thank God.
Yeah, they haven't made another Star Wars film since that one, have they? Give me that. Anakin confessing his true feelings for Sand is the best one in Attack of the Clones.
Oh, shut up, you sausage.
Boba Fett, okay, no, never mind.
When Jar Jar isn't in this.
If possible, perhaps the archives are incomplete.
I love that. See, this is what I love about Star Wars, is people just maiming each other. I love that.
Yeah, honourable mentions: The Phantom Menace, Pod Race, and Attack of the Clones, Yoda vs. Dooku, Revenge of the Sith, Order 66. You didn't mention Order 66. A New Hope, The Trench Run. Yeah, we said.
No, but I like completed Order 66, where it's all of it.
The Empire Strikes Back, The Battle of Hoth. Yeah. Return of the Jedi, Jabba's ship. Yeah. Force Awakens.
Kessel Run, specifically in Solo.
Well, yeah, that's what he does. That's what he does. The thing. Attack of the Clones, Jane Ocean, Battle or I Don't Like Sand, Revenge of the Sith, Hello There or Final Battle.
Final Battle.
The Force Awakens, Han's death or Han's introduction. You know, yeah, that's fair enough as well.
Yeah. Okay, I suppose.
Luke walking out of the bit. Nope. The bit in Last Jedi where Luke walks out. He doesn't walk out. Well, he does walk out, but you know, I would not. I don't count that scene either. That bit where Luke's death is horrific.
Because it's you just.
You know, it's just horrific. All. I don't think any of the of the legacy characters, Han, Luke, or Leia, I don't think any of them had particularly good deaths. Obviously,
I would say Han was the best one.
Yeah, obviously Leia's couldn't be helped because Carrie Fisher sadly passed away. But you know, oh my god, I can't believe the way they killed Luke off. I don't blame Mark Hamill for being upset about the way his character was taken.
I feel like Luke was the one that got bashed about the most.
Yeah.
Because just for the fact that they were like, oh yeah, he tried to kill his own nephew because he was having some, you know, bad thoughts. It's like, Luke, do we know Luke? We kind of know. No, we've had 3 films of seeing what Luke's like. The guy that doesn't give up on his dad, who spent, 18 years murdering, killing, and oppressing an entire galaxy. You know what I mean? He doesn't give up on him, but then he just gives up on his nephew because he's having some trouble.
Because he goes through puberty. That's what I assume.
Gets a bit bratty. I know.
Yeah.
It's like, God forbid.
But then, my idea about having been the voice in his head, about Palpatine being the voice in, have a tie-in. You can have the sort of the Luke who thinks he's failed the guy. Have that bit, fine. He goes into exile just like Yoda did.
Fine. But have it something like
Ben turned on him.
Yeah, or even have it like he knew he was having these thoughts, but he just believed in him, and he believed, if it wouldn't happen, and so when it does happen, he thinks he's failed because he failed to. He thought he could have helped him more or something. That's more Luke than just having him,
attack Ben.
Yeah.
I know people might say, well, it didn't attack Ben because, it was a moment of it. If the intent was there, then people don't understand Luke Skywalker. But anyway, enough of this. We've been ranting for for an hour.
For an hour?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
Let us know what you think down in the comments. Try and be nice. I know I've said some insulting things in this video, but they were meant in good spirit. Let us know. Let us know some.
You literally said you hate J.J. Abrams.
I do. I hate him. I hate him. Because when he did Star Trek, I was like, okay, they're not terrible films. They're reasonably good. But then the more J.J. Abrams films I watch, they're basically all just the same film. Just hackneyed, constantly hashed films with all the same stuff. And it's like, just let me make a Star Wars film. I bet I could make a great Star Wars film. Anyway, yeah, let us know what you think. What are your favourite scenes? Like the video, subscribe, click the bell, let me know if I don't upload. We try to upload every day. Anything else from here?
What would you say is your favourite scene from Star Wars of all of them?
Probably when Jar Jar gets his hand stuck in the pod race. And then he
It's his
electrocutes
numb
his...
tongue.
Yeah, then he electrocutes his nose. No, I'm joking. My favourite scene in all of Star Wars? Don't know. Thing is, do you mean... Because I have favourite scenes depending on what kind of scene you mean. Like, if you ask me what the best looking scene is, I really, really, really love the scene...
It's just like that scene where it's like... You would just always go out your way to watch that movie for that scene because it's just that good.
Duel of the Fates.
Duel of the Fates.
Mm-hmm. It changed my life, that scene. I'm pretty sure that scene is the reason that I like good soundtracks. Because it was just the coolest thing that ever happened. I was only like, what, 999? I was only 3 or 4 when that film came out.
And yet you knew.
Yeah, it was like, it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen. How about you?
I don't know.
Quick 2 honourable mentions for me. There's a bit where you see a giant Star Destroyer coming through, like the it's like the space thing in Solo. You see a giant thing coming through. That's really cool.
Yeah.
And I also like the bit in Rogue One where you see the Death Star coming up on the horizon.
I like the yeah, it's probably gonna be from Rogue One. Do you know the where you see the Star Destroyer come from the Death Star and then the Star Destroyer? And it shows you like the size differences. I like that. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know that. Maybe the Darth Vader scene in Rogue One, because I was just like,
Yeah. I'm pretty sure my dad squealed a little bit like a
he
girl.
probably did.
Did the old thing.
That yeah. Something about that scene, that movie in itself was just like amazing. People say like, oh, it's boring, or it doesn't have like saber fights, and
I can't say how. I
You know what I
can't understand
mean?
how people
It's
think
like-
that film's boring.
you know,
Every character's great. A droid is cool again. K2 is like a robot
No.
is cool again.
you felt really sad when he died, and you felt,
Do you know why? Alan Tudyk. There you go.
enough said.
Yeah. Thank you for watching.